Hi, guys. Happy Sunday. So, the last couple weeks, we've talked about Jesus. We've talked about him being powerful and giving us that power as well in our lives. And we've talked about him being forgiving and how he helps us do hard things like forgive. But today, we're going to talk about Jesus being welcoming. Do you guys know what it means to be welcoming? Um, it means to make someone comfortable, to be glad to see them, to be polite, to be friendly. Do you know someone in your life that maybe is very welcoming? I have a friend, Marcy, who is very good at making people feel welcome. She's like, when we'd go to her house, she would have everything just set up beautifully, the place settings, the centerpieces. If it was a holiday or a special occasion, she'd have decorations all over the house. She would make our favorite dishes, things that we love to eat, and have snacks out and appetizers for us. She was very thoughtful, and she would go out of her way to show us that she was glad that we were there and to welcome us. And sometimes she'd even have a sign out in her front yard welcoming us before we even got to the door. So that's very welcoming, just like Jesus is welcoming. And her welcoming was a reflection of God's heart. And anyone that's welcoming is reflecting God's heart. So in our Bible story today, we're going to learn about a time when people thought that God loved people, only certain kinds of people. But there was this one guy that realized that God loves everybody and he welcomes everybody. So before we get into the story, I want you to watch a quick video. It's so cute. There's little puppy dogs in it. I think you guys will love it. So I'll see you in just a minute.
It's a peanut and biscuit show. What do dogs do when we're not home? Now we can see what they do on the Peanut and Biscuit Show.
Oh, hey, Peanut, guess what?
What?
Oh, Mom and Dad said they're going to be bringing home a new family member.
A new family member? It's got to be another puppy, right?
I bet it is. Hey, you know what would be fun?
What?
Oh, if we get the house ready for the new puppy.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, wow, let's put it over there.
That looks good.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go mop the floor.
Oh, yeah, you mop the floor, and I'm going to push this, okay? Ah,
Perfect.
oh,
That looks
perfect.
good.
Okay. What about that over there?
Yeah, just wow.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, let's put it over here.
Oh, that looks
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Whew, that was a lot of work.
Yeah, but our new puppy's going to love it. He'll feel right at home.
Oh, this must be the new puppy.
Here we go.
Hey puppies, here's your new family member. Meet Sage.
Welcome to the family, Sage.
What? Where's all this fur?
Biscuit, that's rude. Maybe he's just one of those hairless puppies.
Peanut, I don't think he's a puppy. He smells different. I think he's a really small human.
We're going to make a bottle for the baby. You guys be gentle with the little one.
He doesn't really seem to do much.
I think he's cute. Plus, it's a human that's our size. That's a good thing.
Well, I don't like him. And you know what else? I don't think he needs this toy.
Biscuit, give him his toy back.
No, it's my toy now. I bet he doesn't even know how to play fetch. And he doesn't need this blanket, or this food dish, or a bed. I'm taking it all back. I'm going to claim this as my part of the house. No baby humans allowed.
Hey, Peanut. Hey, Biscuit.
What's up, Rowley?
Biscuit, I couldn't help but notice you're not being very welcoming to Sage. I like him. What about you, Biscuit?
I thought we were getting a new puppy. You know, furry and snuggly. Fun to play with. This baby human barely even moves. I don't think we should keep him. Besides, he'll probably just steal Mom and Dad's attention.
But you were excited about a new puppy who would have stolen their attention.
Yeah, but the baby is weird. He's too different.
You know, Biscuit, people in the Bible who loved God felt the same way about welcoming people who were different from them.
See? I'm right. It's in the Bible.
But Biscuit, told those people that he welcomes everyone. He told them to love and accept people who were different from them. God is welcoming. That means you can be welcoming too. Welcoming to Sage, even though he's different.
But he's so different. He's bald, and his nose is dry, and he doesn't have a tail.
I know that, Biscuit. But all that is true of Mom and Dad. You love them, right?
Well, yeah.
You can love and welcome the baby too, even if he is different. Besides, one day he'll be able to run and play with you. That'll be so much fun.
Really? You think so? So, you're part of our family now, huh? Well, that was kind of cute. And I guess you do smell kind of like Mom and Dad, with an extra baby smell. That's pretty nice. All right, I'll do it. Welcome to the family, Sage. Here's your toy bag. And you might need this blanket, too.
Good job, Biscuit. I know he's not a puppy, but he's going to be so much fun. Besides, you already have a puppy to play chase with. Me! Bet you can't catch me!
Oh, here I come!
So Peanut and Biscuit had a little trouble welcoming Sage because Sage was different from them. And I think we all kind of do the same thing sometimes. What are some things that maybe make it hard for us to welcome people or to separate them into maybe a different group? It could be a different sports team, a different religion, different schools, different genders, or a different race, different politics. All these things can cause separation. But one thing we didn't mention that's in this Bible story is food. Food was separating these people. And that may seem a bit strange, but let me explain. There's two men in this Bible story, Cornelius, and Cornelius loved God, but he was not Jewish. Peter is also in this story, and he loved God, and he was Jewish. So being a Jew, one of the things meant that you followed certain rules for the foods you ate. There were some foods that were considered unclean, and you shouldn't eat those foods. But this is what God did in this story. We're going to look at Acts 10, verses 9 through 16. It's kind of long, so I'll try to read fast, guys. So let's see. As they were on their journey and approaching the city, Peter went up onto the roof to pray. He became hungry, and he wanted something to eat. And while the meal was being prepared, he fell into a trance. He saw heaven opened and something like a large sheet being let down to the earth by its four corners. It contained all kinds of four-footed animals, as well as reptiles of the earth and birds of the air. Then a voice told him, "Get up, Peter, kill and eat." "Surely not, Lord," Peter replied. "I have never eaten anything impure or unclean." The voice spoke to him a second time. "Do not call anything impure that God has made clean." This happened 3 times, and immediately the sheet was taken back to heaven. So what do you think that vision or that dream meant that Peter had? I'm betting that Peter was a little bit confused, and you may be too. But what God was trying to say is that he welcomed everyone, that it didn't matter what they ate. So after the vision, God sent some of Cornelius's servants to find Peter so that Peter could come talk to Cornelius, trying to join these two groups together, right? So here's some things that Peter said while he was there. Let's see if he was welcoming or not. In Acts 10, let's see here, verse 25, it says, "As Peter had entered his house, Cornelius met him, and Cornelius fell at his feet in reverence. Fell at his feet in reverence. But Peter made him get up. 'Stand up,' Peter said. 'I am only a man myself.'" That's pretty humble. And being humble can be welcoming. Another verse is verse 28. Peter said to them, "You are all well aware that it is against our law for a Jew to associate with a Gentile. So it was kind of against the law for these guys to be together. But God has shown me that I should not call any man impure or unclean. So God changed that law by sending Peter that vision. So when I was sent for, I came without raising any objection. And then there's a verse 34 and 35. Peter said, I now realize how true it is that God does not show favoritism, but accepts men from every nation who fear him and do what is right. Pretty cool, huh? So Peter welcomed Cornelius, even though he was from a different group, because God showed him that that's what he does. He realized that it didn't matter what anyone ate. It didn't matter where they were from. And it didn't matter whether they were Jew or Gentile, if they were Nazarene or if they were Baptist, that God welcomes them all. I have an object lesson to show you guys, just to give you a bit of a visual of how things can come together. So I have here some oil and water, as you see, and I'm going to try to mix these and see if they stay together. I don't know if you guys have heard much about oil and water mixing, but let's see. There we go. I got them mixing. Let's see if they stay mixed very long. I hope you guys can see this, but it looks like it's separating again. The water is down here and the oil is rising to the top. There's one way to get these two liquids to mix and get them to stay together at least a little bit longer, and it's called an emulsion. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, maybe in science class at school. They mix because the oil and water are kept together by compounds. I can't talk. Anyway, these water and oil will be held together by compounds called emulsifiers. There we go. So I'm going to add an emulsifier and see what happens. And in this case, emulsifier will be Dawn dish soap, my personal favorite. So there's our emulsifier. I'll add enough just to make sure. And I'm going to stir this together and see what happens. Ooh. And it looks like the oil and water are staying together at least a little bit longer than before, right? The oil and water are like the two groups in our Bible story today, Cornelius and Peter, Gentile and Jews. And the Dawn dish soap is like God, the emulsifier, and he brings them together because he's welcoming. He's welcoming to us all, and he helps us welcome others. So let's go out this week. Let's be like God, like an emulsifier, and let's welcome people, and let's reflect God's heart. Okay? I love you guys. Have a good week.